Hi everybody, this is Spring, the fiber enthusiast. Today we have a knit stitch pattern tutorial. And today's pattern is called the Bedjacket stitch. The multiples for this stitch is whatever you want. 1 to infinity. It's a 2-row repeat. It's very similar to knitting stockinette. The only difference is we will be using 2 different sizes in needle. I'm going to start off by casting on to the recommended needle size for the yarn that I am using. I will be using just a small circular cord, and after the first couple of passes, I'll be switching some needles around, and you'll see what we do with the 2 different sizes. You ready to get started? I'm going to go ahead and get my cord set up with my correct size for this yarn, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so now I have my needles on my cable. And for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to do a long tail cast on of 10 or 15 stitches, something like that. We'll see when I get busy here. And I'm only using some old Red Heart Super Saver, or Red Heart, and this was Coates and Clark. The label even says, you know, moth proof, non-allergenic, shrink proof, color fast. If that gives you any idea of how long this particular skein has been around. Skein, or otherwise. We'll say cake because that's the way it is. All right, let's get started with a long tail cast on. Again, we're using the recommended needle size for the yarn that we are using to cast on and knit the first row. So let's just get a few stitches on here. 3, 4, 5. Well, it helps if I was using the right ones. All right, let's try that again. 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll go a little more. I got a pretty good tail here. 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. I'll stop with 15 because it doesn't take much, and like I said, it doesn't matter how many stitches you have. This works on any multiple. Okay, so once you have the project wherever you want it to use it. Again, whatever stitch count. On the right side of the work, you're going to knit and you're going to knit with the recommended needle size. So you just knit across all of your stitches on the right side of your work. After I've completed this, I'm going to change a needle. Okay, so I've knitted all the stitches. When you're using interchangeable needles versus straight needles or fixed circular needles, you're just going to grab 2 different sizes. You're going to use one that is the recommended needle size and then one that is 2 sizes larger. I'm going to go ahead and pop one of these sides off, stick it back in my case, and now I'm going to add the 2 sizes larger to that same end. and just snug it down a little bit so it stays put. I'm going to snug this one down because I hadn't done it yet. All right, and now we can do the second row, which is the wrong side row. And it is just like stockinette, you're going to purl the wrong side row. The only difference is we will now be purling with the larger needle. So just simply purl all stitches. This is one of the reasons why I do like having circular interchangeable needles, for the simple fact when doing a pattern like this where it requires one side a larger needle than the other side, or wanting to upsize from the brim of a hat or cuffs of a sleeve, you can change your needles out without changing the whole entire cord or removing the project from what it's on. So we're almost done working across, just purling each stitch all the way across. So all wrong side rows are purl, and you should purl with the larger needle. All right side rows are knit stitch, and you're knitting with the recommended needle size for the yarn that you're using. We're going to go through a couple of rows here, just so that way I can get a little swatch for you to see. That's why I didn't want to do too many stitches, so that way we can move through this pretty quickly. If you need to know how to knit or purl or cast on or bind off, I have videos that are in a playlist. The playlist will be at the end of this video. Just click on that playlist and it'll take you right over to those tutorials. Okay, so again, I'm on the wrong side row. I'm going to purl all stitches. Well, we'll go back to a right side row, knit across, and take a look at our swatch here. So we're just going to knit across the right side row. Okay, so here's what we have. And again, it looks just like stockinette. You have your purl side, your knit side. The only difference is you can see where those larger purl stitches are larger knit stitches on the right side. They look like knit stitches, but they're just larger. So basically what you have is an extended stitch just by changing your needle size on the purl side row. If you wanted to be even more drastic, you could go, you know, several sizes bigger. Or wrap your yarn several times around the needle, different things like that. There are different ways to accomplish this stitch. This is the easiest way to do so. Okay, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this quick little tutorial. Again, this is the Bedjacket stitch pattern, and the multiples are any, and it is a 2-row repeat using 2 different size needles. The recommended needle size for the yarn that you are using, and then 2 sizes larger. I hope that everyone has a wonderful day. Be blessed and be a blessing. Bye for now.